Okay, folks, I'm back, and I'm back with good news. I have been trying recently to find inexpensive binoculars that actually perform well above their grade. And I really am kind of reliant at first listening to you people and those others out there that are doing videos, uh, reviews on binoculars, all the commentary I can find, no matter if it's in print or video. I've been hearing about a number of different binoculars that seem to be extra good. And so I'm going to discuss a low price one today. Um, and I didn't expect much from it. I thought it was just going to be a Chinese binocular that was probably just a slight cut above some of the junk that comes from that country. But actually, turned out to be fairly good. The word I'd been getting was that Celestron's Nature DX really was a good unit, surprisingly good unit. And we will be giving you some links to commentary at the end of the video on it, so that you don't have to take my word. But since you're evidently here for it, I'm going to tell you. I picked one up. It was an open box sale. I was actually very surprised. I'm going to tell you, I was really surprised by this. Um, I'm going to be going down the list. Be very careful because there's so much I want to tell you about these little guys. Um, First of all, the rain guard. It's fits really well. It's very supple. It's like a soft rubber instead of any hard plastic. You wouldn't expect that, now would you? And it's pretty darn secure. Yeah, ain't gonna come off. The objective covers, they're the external style. They're the external style, held on the typical external rubber band. But again, very supple, flexible, secure, won't flop off. And here's another nice thing. When you do bring them down, they hang. They're not sitting up in front of your vision like so many others. Usually that happens when it's part of the armor. But yeah, I'm glad to see this. These are the little things, but they add up. Now, the general feel, it's actually nice. There's no thumb imprints. They are two barrels, but they got an adequate rubber armor. Um, they fit in my hand just fine. I was pleased with that. Now, as for the focus wheel, what would you expect from some Chinese piece that generally runs? You can find them. I mean, I found mine open box for about 80 bucks. So you can get them anywhere from, I've seen it like about 70 to 150 bucks. What would you expect the focus wheel to be like? Probably a little mushy, a little stagey, a little backlash in it. Nothing. Utterly smooth. No backlash. I can't feel any. It doesn't load up, turning left or right. And actually, I found that it's actually the right speed for me. It will focus fast, but not so fast that you're zipping right past what you want to see. It'll let you stop right where you need to stop. Not as well as a BPO, but doggone good. I was very pleased. Now, the diopter, man, that was too stiff. I actually thought I was going to have to get a wrench to get this thing to move. And I'm not actually exaggerating. I really thought I'd gotten a busted unit when I first got it. Extremely tight, even now. And once you get it moving, yeah, okay, it'll set. So it's really stiff. But it is absolutely not going to move on you. You can put it in a pouch. pack it away, pull it out again and again and again, it's going to be right where you want it instead of drifting on you like any number of the ones I've already got. The eye cups, let me show you those. They're 3-position. Did you hear that? Barely, if you heard it at all. They're extra quiet, and yet they're very firm. Very firm. I have more expensive units where you press as much as I just did, and they will slip. I liked it. Now for the optical performance, took it out, did the testing on the pine needles, and the color is absolutely lovely. It's not enhancing any colors. It's just natural, very natural coloring. It has about a 60% sweet spot, and once you've reached that sweet spot, it'll basically hold till about 70% out from center, and only then does the focus really roll off. So while it isn't perfect, it's nearly 70% sweet spot. Pretty darn nice for an $80 binocular. As for the resolution, we did the 1951 test target as always, and I tested it against the Opticron and my trusty Seiko zooms. And here's what we found. While all three of them will give you group -1, element 1 fairly solidly, actually the Opticron, while being the absolute sharpest of these, it was sharp but frustrating. It's still frustrating. It's not my favorite binocular. But you know, I really expected the Seiko zooms to come in on top, and they didn't. Right smack in the middle is what we get with the Celestrons. The Celestrons actually gave me a very pleasant, easy view of the target. They must be collimated well, because it's so easy on the eyes. I can just look as long as I want, no strain, and they may not be the absolute sharpest, because you know I got out the other Seiko zooms, the 8x30s, that little toy, and of course it creamed everything. But amongst my fairly good 8x32s and 8x42, it held its own, did a pretty good job, and a nice easy view on the eyes. Glare control. This was interesting. I don't really talk about glare, but I noticed the sun was just over the peak of the roof. I went out and got the sun, moved my head, get the sun just behind the ridge of the roof, and brought these as close to the sun as I could get them without blinding myself. And it didn't. I'd have to be almost right on top of the sun in order for these things to flare up on me. Actually, very good control of glare. Transparency, not the greatest. You look at your treetops, and it's not glaring, but you will see some very, very fine smokiness. What do you expect? It's basically $100 binocular, but really, really good view. And it has a close focus. I don't trust what anybody says. I went ahead and measured it myself. It has a close focus of about 7 feet 6 inches. They turned out to be very comfortable glass to view through, very easy to hold. The focus is incredibly nice. And yeah, surprisingly decent pair of binoculars. Right now, you can get them for about $126 on Amazon, delivered. And if I was going to have a pair of 8x42s that I would throw in the car and just not worry about losing, not worry about damaging, I'd have to go along with what plenty of other people are saying about these. Celestron's done a good job. I don't know as they designed them, but if they went all through China trying to pick the one they wanted to represent their low end, they did pick a good one. And now what we'll do is we'll just give you what stats we can give you and some pictures, and we'll, like I said, we're going to give you some links to other commentary. And happy Christmas shopping. This would make a nice stocking stuffer, maybe for yourself. That's it. Talk to you later. Bye.